मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। हो जाइए तैयार क्योंकि ये विद्यासागर स्कूल का डिजिटल प्रोग्राम है। ओके, सो टुडे वी टॉक अबाउट चैप्टर थर्ड, मेटल एंड नॉन मेटल। ओके, दिस lecture will give the answer of following questions. These are: what properties did you think of while categorizing elements as a metal and non-metals? What are the physical characteristics that differentiate between metal and non-metals? What are the different examples of metals that are present in your surroundings? Okay, so the easiest way to classify the metal and non-metal is comparison of their physical properties. Okay, you may see following metals in your daily life. These are iron, copper, aluminum, magnesium, sodium, lead, zinc. Okay, they are easily available in our surrounding. But today we perform some activities and understand the physical properties of metals. Okay, so let me start. So you have seen that the elements can be classified as metal or non-metals on the basis of their physical properties. Basically, there are two things: one is metal and another is non-metal, and we have to differentiate both of them according to their physical properties. Okay, so there are five types of wire that is shown on your screen, out of which three wires are metals and two wires are non-metals. First three are metals. They may be gold, iron, and silver. While the next one are plastic, wood wire, plastic wire, and rubber. These are non-metals. Metals are gold, iron, silver. Non-metals are wood and plastic and rubber. आपका एग्जांपल्स जो है लर्न हो गए मेटल्स के: गोल्ड, आयरन एंड सिल्वर. Symbol of gold is AU. The symbol of iron is Fe. The symbol of silver is Ag. Okay. Non-metals may be plastic, wood, and rubber. Come to the next. Now we perform some activity to find the conductivity of metal and non-metals. And we prove by performing this activity that non-metals are insulator. Okay. You can see here there is a circuit diagram that's shown on your screen, and this type of circuit is a kind of open circuit because there is no key here, so there is a breakage of this circuit, so the bulb will not glow because this circuit is open circuit. Now if we switch on this circuit, the bulb will glow. This dot in terminal A and B is represent that circuit is now in closed position, and because of that electricity is transferred to the each and every part of the circuit that make that bulb glow. Now how we use this circuit to identify whether the given compound is conductor or insulator. You can see here, first we put a wooden block in between two terminals A and B. As we know that wood is a non-conductor of electricity or insulator of electricity. So would never transfer this current to the each and every part of circuit. That's why that bulb will not glow. The reason is that wood is a insulator. So the conclusion of is this activity is wood is a insulator. It never conduct electricity. Now if what happen if we replace this wooden block between two terminals A and B with the help of iron nail. This iron nail is a conductor. It allowed to pass this electricity through it and make this bulb glow. Come to the next physical properties of the metal is metals are good conductor of heat also. To perform this activity, we may take aluminum or copper wire. You can see here, this is aluminum or copper wire. Okay, clamp this wire in the, okay, you can see here, this is a aluminum or copper wire. Now you have to clamp this wire on the stand. This is your stand, and you have to clamp this wire in a horizontal position. Okay, and you have to attach these are the matchsticks. You have to attach this matchstick on this wire with the help of wax. You have to put a wax here so they are easily attached. Okay, now this is your split lamp or ordinary lamp. So you have to heat up this wire from that end and see what happen. Okay, note the observation. You may see as this lamp glow, that part of metallic wire get heat up, and the energy that captured by the electrons that are present at that end of the wires, that electrons carry this heat energy from left to right direction continuously. So what do you think, which math stick is fallen first, that one first or that last? So as the wire get hit up, then the matchstick which fall, that is first from the left side, that indicate that the direction of flow of heat is from left to right in a metallic wire. As the heating process is carried out, one by one each matchstick will fall, and finally we got the direction of heat transfer, that is from source to end. So you can see here all the matchstick will fall at the end of the activity. This activity represents that metals are the good conductor of heat. Okay, there is a question that what transfer this heat from that end to right end. So there is answer is metals are rich in free electrons. That free electrons carry this heat energy from one place to another place. That is the reason behind the transfer of heat. Come to the next physical property, that is metals are malleable. You may see the coins of gold, silver, and iron sheets, or our house sheets which are made up of iron. So metallic metal can be drawn into a thin sheets. That property is called malleability. So how you define this malleability? The ability of metal drawn into thin sheets. Then how it achieved? Okay, how we made metallic sheet from a wire? By beating it by hammer. With the help of hammer, we can convert this wire into thin sheet. You can see here, this metallic wire can be drawn into metallic sheet. This property is called malleability. This activity represents that metals are malleable. Come to the next. Metals can be stretched and drawn into thin wires. That property is called ductility. You may interact with the different kind of wires. You may see copper wire, aluminum wire, you may see iron wire that is used for the construction purposes. So the property of a metal to drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Another property of the metals are that they can produce sound. They are the good sound producers. They are sonorous when they are beaten with the help of hammers. If you beat the bell, school bell, with the help of this hammer, then there is a sound produced. Okay, so this type of bell you may see in your schools, that Baiji is beaten this bell with the help of hammer, wooden hammer, and there is a sound produced. Okay, so this activity represents that metal are sonorous, they may produce sound. Now By conclude the conclusion of these all activities, by performing these activities we find some conclusion, and these are listed here. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are having metallic luster. Metals are sonorous. Metals are malleable. Metals are ductile. Okay, I repeat again. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are having metallic luster. Metals are sonorous and metals are malleable. Fifth one is metals are ductile. Okay, so you have to write these characteristics in your notebook along with the date. Now this is your worksheet, so you have to complete this worksheet. If you got some difficulty, you may ask in our comment section. First question is, write any 5 characteristics of the metal. You may easily know. Next one is, define following malleability and ductility. So answer is that malleability is the property of metal by which metal can be drawn into thin sheets. Okay, or can be defined as the ability of metal to convert into thin sheet is called malleability, while ductility, the ability of metal to convert into thin wires, is called ductility. Next is, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Give reason. So the reason is that metals are having number of free electrons that conduct electricity. They are responsible for conduction of charge or heat. Come to the next question number 4. Write the name of corresponding elements. You have to give the name of the elements. First is metal which is liquid at room temperature. You may see the thermometer that is filled by grayish white liquid material that rises in the thermometer uh, canal, that is called mercury. Mercury is filled in a thermometer and can be used for the temperature measurement. Mercury is the answer. B. Non-metal having metallic cluster. Metals are already have a metallic luster. They have metallic luster, but there is a non-metal which also have a metallic luster, that is iodine pellets. Iodine is a non-metal which having metallic luster. Come to the next. Coinage metal. As you see, as you hear in your, okay, let us start again. Yes, coinage metal. So have you learned in your chemistry, in your history section, that in our ancient time there was coins. Okay, there are coins which are made up of gold, silver, okay, and different other things, brass, bronze, and different kind of alloys. So what are the coinage metals? So those metals which are used to prepare coins, like silver coins, like gold coins, are called coinage metals. So basically coinage metals are gold, silver, and copper. Okay, in our ancient history we have a detailed study about these coins. Come to the next. D. Non-metals which is good conductor of electricity. So there is a only non-metal, that is carbon. And in detail, carbon has a electron that is called graphite. So graphite is the non-metal which is good conductor of electricity. Then some of the student ask that where we find this graphite. You may use from your learning session in your schools. You all are having your geometry box, that is your pencil. The core of the pencil is made up of graphite. And another place where you find this graphite is your dry cell, that is used in your wall clock. Okay, if you break this dry cell, then you find a black color rod at the center of this cell, that is called graphite. So graphite is a good conductor of electricity, even it is a non-metal. Okay, graphite is not an element. Graphite is a electron of carbon, but you may write the graphite as such. You may use this term graphite as such. This is all about today lecture. If you have some doubt, you may ask in our comment section. Okay, okay. Best of luck. You have to note all of these questions along with the answer in your notebook along with the date. Okay, I will check it.